You have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 102. Thank you for joining us. We have a guest hopping on later on this episode, so stay tuned. First debut for that guest, a friend of a friend. We've never met him, but he is a professional athlete, and we'll get into that probably within 30, 40 minutes. We'll start off this episode, obviously thanking the official and unofficial Billionaires Row, and also Broward Vintage. There's a couple things that from Broward Vintage I wanted to share. I sent it to you for it. This is something on that will be posted later on the week. It's an official starter jacket, which I know you'll love.
Man,
back in the day,
it
it's a medium,
size,
so
man.
yeah, I wish
it was
a medium.
size.
I know it's small. Usually the vintage stuff, you don't see smaller sizes, you see more bigger sizes.
They're harder to come by, yeah, smaller
for sure. So this will be posted. It's a hot commodity. And then another one, people are big
perfect for now. It's getting a little bit chillier down there, so
yep.
You could rock that to the nice December game against the Cowboys, maybe a home game against the Jets, something like that. Ooh. So
and then another thing is a lot of people love Disney. Mickey Mouse, dude, these things are hot commodities on the streets of vintage shops. So it'll be posted this week at some point. This size, there's a couple jackets that's going to be posted this week. This one's a medium as well. But man, these go for a lot on the market. So it's exciting. He loved the fact that he was able to pick a couple of those. A lot more being posted every single day. Go ahead. You could DM him for any items, or if you want to sell him some stuff. Obviously, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm sure we're going to get some new viewers and watchers because of our guests, or just subscribe. You help out the page, like the video. Go on to. We also are on Apple, Spotify, and all that. So just to get that out of the way for 102. If you're watching, my eye right here. A little something happened yesterday. Things happen in when you're doing either yard work or organizing
when you're in a marriage. Oh, yard work. Oh, okay.
things hit your face and
domestic violence.
I woke up today and it was a little more puffy, but I'm glad it was able to heal quickly. But what's going on with you, Fort Sama? November, it's your birthday month. Thanksgiving. Shout out the veterans. Shout out all the sports that are going on. It's November is one of the best months of the year. So what's going on with you, brother?
I finally had a day off yesterday.
Good for you on a Sunday, huh?
It was on a Sunday, man. It was great. Right back at it next Sunday, though, working again. Okay. Trying to get a few shifts in and a few hours in before I go down there. I'm trying to be down there for almost a week.
So, yeah, I didn't write it down yet. You're looking at the your birthday's what?
Dude.
Is it the 20? When's your birthday date? Dude, I'm all over the place. I know it's Black Friday, man. Or like the same, it alternates. It's not always Black Friday because that day changes. But
man, this is incredible. It'd be
the 26th.
This is the 27th. My mom's is the 26th.
Maybe I'm thinking about your mom. All right,
all right. Hey, what you thinking about, bro? Come on, she watches this every now and then.
Respectful. All right, so the 27th. Okay, got you. You're trying to come down for a week. Nice. You gotta tell 13 jobs that you're not going to be there.
Right. I'm working on getting another one. The 27th. The 27th is on a Monday, man.
Okay.
So we'll see. I'm not too upset about it as I was a few months ago when I found out that it was on a Monday. But I'm more excited about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has been my favorite holiday since I don't know. 10, 15. I love Thanksgiving, man. It's just the 3 F's: family, food, football, bro.
Hell yeah.
Probably in that order.
Throw in some friends, throw in some.
Yeah,
I'm sure we could find another couple of other F's.
Oh, yeah. That we won't talk about on here. But no, I'm excited, man, to just go see everyone down there. I haven't seen my cousins. I saw them when I went for David's birthday, and that's the first time I've seen them in over 10 years. So it was good to spend some time with them, get to spend some more time with them this time around, and then right back for Christmas. So, yeah, I mean, 30, bro.
30.
Yeah.
Do you want some? Are you planning anything special? Because usually 30 is that like that first birthday you want to go, like you got the 21 you go all in on, and then the next birthday you go all in on is usually 30. Or are you waiting for somebody else to plan it for you?
I don't really know if I want to do something, honestly. Like, I would rather, if I'm gonna hang out with you, obviously I'd probably do something at your house, chill, kick it, something genuine, and
I can throw a party for you if you want.
Probably chill at the house with my family.
Yeah,
because I don't get that much anymore. So I'm
sure.
just so over the whole just going out stuff. It's an inconvenience, man.
Going out is horrible.
I just go out every now and then. I'm just like, as soon as I get somewhere, I'll have a good time just because I'm going out. So I'm not trying to be a humdrum and be boring and like, why the fuck did I come out here? I would have just stayed home. But it's just not the same, man. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's different because I know when you started to come down here, you would do different things with your brother or friends, whether it's bars or like, strip clubs and stuff like that. And it's sometimes you weigh the consequences, you weigh the financial aspect, and you're like, I don't know if it's worth it anymore. I'd rather just, chill out, relax, and remember some of it, even though house parties are the best. Because you can
always
crash
the
and
move.
You could stay. Yeah, it really is. You could go as hard as you want, pause, or you could just chill and with people. So you have that option. When you go out, I feel like there is no other option than getting absolutely trashed.
Yeah, and things are just like you said, man. Things are expensive. I'm not trying to go out and pay $18 to $25 for a drink where I can spend $40 on a decent bottle. And not only am I getting saucy, but
crazy.
I got everyone else getting saucy. Evan said I'll book my ticket if there was a party for 4. Thank you, Evan, man. I appreciate that. That's what's up. I love to hear that. Maybe maybe for 40 or 35.
Oh yeah,
we'll do something, but
hopefully he finds a woman.
I still need to get out to New York, man. I haven't been out to New York.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. We talked about that.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm not trying to go now anytime soon, man. I've seen too many things going on over there. That city is it's a whole different universe.
Yeah, it's always been a lot with the characters we have down there, even more so with the politics of it all. But this past weekend, shout out Mrs. Cardenas. It was our 1 year wedding anniversary on
Congrats.
Sunday yesterday. Thank you.
Congrats.
We opened up
shooting my gun. No.
Yeah, it was fun because we were able to have like a weekend where we just chilled with us and not anybody else, because every weekend, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we usually hang with friends. This is the first weekend we kind of hung out with ourselves. Went to dinner went to the hockey game, Panthers, on Friday night. Dude, nice. I made friends with a partial ticket owner, not a season ticket owner for all 41 games, but I think he has 25. Emilio, shout out Emilio. Great dude.
Panthers are off to a hot start, huh?
Dude, number 2 in the East right now, top 5 in the league. They're having a great start of the season, and that's without some of their top players on defense in. And man, I found myself watching. I had the Nets being played and football. I was watching hockey on Sunday night or Sunday during the afternoon.
Locked in,
like
huh? Look at
that's
you
what I mean.
That's
shirt. Dude. I'm telling you,
guy is locked.
I'm all in. I love hockey. It's a fun sport. I'm finding myself in the lab. Like, if I have an option of watching TNT or ESPN basketball or a random hockey, like fucking Calgary and Oilers, I'll like watch a hockey game. It's a new sport for me. And then I've always watched it throughout the years, very sporadically. But now that I understand the game a little bit more, I'm understanding the players, and obviously the Panthers, I jumped on that bandwagon. But I've also been to so many Panthers fans before they got good. So I have that in my back pocket. I was going to Panthers games when they weren't making the playoffs like 5-6 years ago. So yeah, so shout out the anniversary. We opened up a bottle of Dom Perignon. Never had that before. That was
for
very
the anniversary. Nice.
yep. We
You
got it a
didn't open
year
up some
ago.
BR?
Didn't
No
open up some
BR?
BR. Maybe we'll save that for I need another bottle, that rosé. I need William Patrick, if you're listening, I need a bottle because
Yeah, let me get a
that
bottle
is
for my birthday.
there you go.
What's up?
We'll throw
Get a
out
bottle
some
for my
DMs.
birthday.
And then we had a tequila that we got as a wedding favor for Alex Pica wedding
Nice.
last year. So yeah, it was a good celebration. All of a sudden we were sober, or trying to sober up from the night before on Saturday, going out to dinner, and then we just turned up. We drank those 2 bottles, and next thing you know, I was passed out at 10 p.m. So great
You went hard,
weekend.
huh?
Yeah, we did. We went from 0 to 100 in the most extreme sense of it, like doing shots. Bray was in rare form yesterday, which was fun. So great weekend. I'm recovering, so that's why I'm sipping on wine, being nice. But like I said, we have a guest coming on 102. We're getting more guests, more people hop on and share their story, and we appreciate everybody that comes on, whether it's for a few minutes or to do an exclusive all episode, because they take out the time to do that. So we'll get into that. But other than that, I did want to say last week how we did talk a lot about where you're stuck. Not stuck, but we went in for 30 minutes talking about life, talking about being stuck and figuring out life. And I did text you, or I've been sending you things of me and Bree been going to the gym since last Thursday. It was her idea to change things up.
Nice.
Yeah, we went Thursday, Friday. We're gonna go Monday through Friday. We're gonna make it like a daily thing. We went today and we both looked at each other like, damn, I'm hungover. We're hungover, like we're tired. But I remember people that work out and do and better their lives. They say one thing is the times that you don't want to go is the times you have to go.
The best. Yeah, I could definitely.
So today we went.
There's been times where I just haven't want to go, and I'll put on a
push
video
through
on YouTube. Take my pre-workout back in the day, and kind of just force myself. The hardest part is really getting there, like getting to the gym. Everyone says that. The hardest part is leaving the crib and getting to the gym, because once you're there, you're there. You're gonna figure something out to do if you're working out. So I mean, I'm ecstatic for you guys, especially Bree, because Bree's always giving me shit. I'm always giving Bree shit about the gym. So she's
addicted, bro.
Out there, yeah, I'm
already
here for it, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. If you need help, if you have any questions,
we will
definitely ask Day Quads. Don't ask me, because I don't.
Yeah, we're in the foundation of it all.
I just
not gonna lie, Bree's starting from
your guys
ground zero, and I'm starting from.
Yeah, and all that shit is awesome. I get it through the day. That's kind of last week. I have been a little bit more than I was usually, so that's a little bit of motivation that you guys have given me. Seeing you,
and that's why I did post it or send it to you. Not post it. I send it to you because we're not those people that post everything we do in life, or oh my god, day one at the gym, and it's like that's lame. But I did send
getting
it to
my
you.
New Year's resolution started early.
Yeah, I did send it to you because based on our conversation last week was like kind of being stuck. So the fact that I am not a big gym goer, but somebody, wanted to go, Bree, and is not a gym goer at all usually, and she is motivating me. So I wanted to send it to you, maybe to motivate you, meaning bust out of your stuckness or your monotony.
And I will tell you this: some of the best people that I've met have been at the gym. Some of not even just like motivated to
you
work
have met
out,
a lot of people
motivated in life and stuff that have helped me, not just in the gym, but mentally and physically, of course, outside of the gym, but just in life and motivational type stuff that they'll send me, shit like that. So when people say, oh, the gym is really for the best for your mental, that's true. That's true, and it did help my mental a lot, and I can definitely appreciate that. So, I have been a little bit better the last few days.
I will say that getting back into it and getting into that, it's addictive. Day one, we just signed up, we went, We go to UFit, which is down the road from us. We could take the golf cart, and I wanted
Nice.
to sign up for a gym that was within
also,
like 2 miles of us because it's
still,
super convenient. There's no excuses. God,
I still have that Planet Fitness
you do.
membership. You can bring a guest. So
Yeah,
I don't know if that's near you, but
that was an option, but it's a little outside of convenience for us, meaning it's only 3.5 miles from us. I wanted, if we were going to commit to do this every day together, I wanted to commit to something that was no excuse. Down the road, we could ride our bikes there if we want to, do a cardio session on the way.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't want the travel to be an excuse of like, damn, I got to get in my car. I got to drive. So having the new golf cart is like something. It's like, all right, hop on the golf cart, drive. It's
Blast some
literally
music.
it's a mile and a half.
Some sunlight. Yeah.
100%. And so there's no excuses on that end of getting there. Planet Fitness was a little out. LA Fitness was a little out.
LA Fitness
from
sucks
the
radius.
Does it? You're anti LA Fitness?
Not anti. It's just for what you pay monthly. There's so many.
Yeah, you do pay for a lot that you don't use, right? It's like having like an iPhone. Like you don't use all the gadgets.
Some got the sauna, it's got the pool. When I used to work out down in South Florida at LA Fitness, I never went in the pool. I went in the sauna a handful of times because it's always naked ass old dudes, and I'm not trying to see that shit, bro. That's
not trying to see old balls.
No, not at all. They got the basketball hoop, which is cool, or the basketball court. I've definitely used the basketball court, but they got like the racquetball courts. They got the all Zumba classes, and some people use that, but that's not for me, man. LA Fitness it's a brand name, like you said. It's the iPhone of gyms in some kind of way. You're not really using everything it has, and for what you pay, most of the time 100%. The gym really ain't that clean. The equipment's a lot older. They don't have as much spray bottles to disinfect stuff as they should, and I like family-owned gyms. Stuff like that. UFit, Planet Fitness does a way better job of having stuff to clean machines and mats and everything like that as one of these higher, end places that you would go to.
Yeah, I will say I'd never been in a UFit before Thursday. Like we signed up, not even visiting. We were just like, fuck it. If we're gonna do this, we're paying for it. We got the zero initiation fee, whatever, $24 a month, year commitment. Because if it was month to month, we probably wouldn't have committed as much. So now we got a year and we'll figure it out. But doing that, we go in, we do the treadmill right away. I do 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. She'll do 15 to 20 minutes. And then we kind of go our separate ways. But it's fun to like have somebody that's like not new to working out, but like I could show her little things that she could do. Obviously, she knows what to do in general with the machine. So it's like it's a process and it's a learning experience for both of us. It's pretty fun.
And honestly, you guys already have the hardest part down. You guys are already going in, being motivated, and the hardest part is the diet. You guys have that on lock. You guys do a very good job of being in the kitchen.
Monday through Friday, we do well. On the weekends, obviously, like most people, we're sloppy.
Man.
For real.
You can 5 versus 2, you're winning.
Yeah. So try to cut down on drinking.
It's a lot better than what a lot of other people are doing, including myself.
100%. So wanted to bring that up because it's new to my life, and like I said, I'm not somebody that's gonna post about it. No, whatever to people who do, like yourself or whatever. It's just not my thing. I like to stay grounded, stay focused, and make it a routine. But it did today. I was very proud of us for having the day we did yesterday, celebrating. And then today we went at like 2:30 and we stuck to it. We said, when we signed up, we're going to go Monday through Friday. And today was the day. It was raining out here in South Florida a little bit. There was every excuse in the book not to go. And it's like, these are the times you want to go. You want to work out. And so it's good. So trying to continue to achieve those goals. Do you want to get into topics real quick or anything in general before we have the guest on? What do you think?
Nah, I'm actually about to send him the link here in a little bit.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm about to send it to him right now. Okay. I don't know as soon as he'll get it, but the topics are kind of just
a lot of random shit.
Yeah, I sent you some stuff in the DMs. I guess we can kind of show this now because this was
Why
pretty
not?
cool. It's only a 20-second video. I was astounded by this technology. This just had me like I was what the fuck? This is sick.
And feel free
We've
if
seen a
you're
lot.
watching and listening to, if you want us to talk about a specific topic, go ahead, put it in the
We've seen
mentions and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of roof technology and retractable roofs and domes and crazy stuff like that, but nothing has really blown me away as much as this did because this is fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
It
In
goes right
Germany,
into
that
the
was a football game
scoreboard.
for Colts and Pats, right?
Yeah, Colts and Pats.
I didn't even know that. Good thing I didn't know this game was being played on Sunday. I wouldn't have woke up for it anyway. I woke up at like noon on Sunday from the previous night. I got a lot of sleep was being had this weekend to sleep over the hangovers. But when I seen this, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Retractable,
this is pretty
like
neat.
Yeah, that's sick. I've never seen that before. And it goes into the scoreboard, and the scoreboard lifts up.
Lifts up.
That's I assume that's a soccer stadium, right?
Yeah, I think where they do these games is in a soccer stadium.
And that game was horrible, by the way, from the highlights.
Like
and
10-6.
I seen
I
that.
didn't watch.
Good thing you didn't waste your time, or most people hopefully didn't waste their time watching that.
I slept in a little bit on Sunday. Like I said, I was off. I had a day yesterday. Really productive, good, chilling day.
We did FaceTime on Saturday. We were lit.
We were pretty.
Michael,
lit.
thank you for your service. All the veterans,
Absolutely.
thank you for your service.
100%.
But
that kind of retractable roof has to be somewhere. I'm guessing it don't rain much in Germany because
I don't know.
I don't know, man. You can't have a roof. You can't have a.
I know when it's cold, it's
like
very
in
cold.
South Florida. That it goes into the scoreboard like that.
Why couldn't I was gonna call it Hard Rock? What's it called now? Wait, it is called Hard Rock right now.
Hard Rock,
right?
Yeah. Shout out Hard Rock, the app being back.
There you go. Why wouldn't they be able to do something like that technology wise? Like, yeah, it might look cheap and look fugazi and maybe not have the scoreboard built in, but they could do something like that with the rain as much as it rains in Miami.
Yeah, I think that would mess it up. The rain and the weather and the hurricanes. The point of that is to, I guess you're going to leave it out in the storm. You don't want to keep it into the scoreboard. I don't know. It's fucking dope. I don't.
Yeah, it is. It looks like it's held together with strings too. It kind of looks a little cheap and like weird. When I first saw it, I was like a bunch of strings. Obviously, I'm sure they have. I'm not an expert on it, but it looked like it was just held together with 20 strings or 20 wires to retract and all that. But the fact that it could do that, it's amazing because it's open concept where you still get the weather of, you're still outdoors, but Seattle.
Someone said that Ford Field has been doing that for a while.
Really?
Yeah, in Detroit.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but
let's see. What do we got?
I sent him the link, so
yeah, all good. Yeah, we're waiting for our guests to pop on. We'll kill some time here. We're excited for our guests hopping on. Hopefully, like I said, we get new viewers and watchers, and he just showed up into the lobby. So I'll let you intro, and then we'll get to know our guests because we'll ask the obvious questions to our guests that we don't know about. I tried to do some research. Like I said, I had a day. I was hungover and going to the gym and keeping busy, so I didn't do as much research as I should.
This guy might know a little bit about having a day. I've been trying to book this guy for a year, and his last excuse to me was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be at space, bro."
Yeah.
I tried to book Charlie too a few weeks ago. And he told me the same thing, man. These British soccer players love.
When you told me they were going to space, I was like, "What are they? 20 years old?" But hey, you're living life. I get it. All right, go ahead, take over, and then we'll have some fun with our guests.
Yeah, I've hung out with Callum a few times, man. I'm excited to have him on. The stuff he posts on Instagram is awesome, man. His highlights. He's one of the grittiest players I've seen. This guy is just straight balls, steel, gritty defender. But like we said, we don't know too much about him and his backstory and kind of how he got into it. So I'm gonna let him have it. Yo, my guy Callum. It was his birthday last week, so welcome to the lab, man. Thank you for
I
coming on.
I appreciate you having me. It's been a long time coming.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. How you living? You good?
Yeah, back in Florida now, thankfully.
Okay.
I was in Indiana. It was cold, man. It was cold.
Yeah?
I'm not used to that, bro. And there's no Latinas too, you know. That was a struggle.
Yes, bro.
He's
None?
got that
No Latinas at all?
Nah,
got
no
that
Latinas,
fever.
bro. I was
Better
dying.
be careful.
I do. I do have to be careful.
Yeah, you do.
Man's on that Stephen A. Loving the Latina ladies.
I've been in Florida so long. That's all I'm used to, you know.
Yeah. How long were you in Florida? Were you born? Like, tell us a little bit about your backstory.
So, I lived in a small island called Guernsey, so it's like off the coast of England.
Okay.
I played football my whole life, and then I came to the States when I was 18, and then I've been here ever since. So I've been here like 10 years. Florida, I've been 9 years, 8 years. So that was cool. I lived in Texas for a year. Oof, that was different. Everyone had cowboy boots and like hats and stuff and two-stepping. That was wild. You come to Florida, everyone's twerking and like, you know.
What part of Texas?
Lubbock. You know Lubbock? Texas Tech, the football team play there.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you start getting into those parts of Texas, that could be like you're in a different world for sure.
It was cool though, to be fair. It was a cool experience. And Patrick Mahomes was playing for Texas Tech at the time. So like
nice.
It was just like the football there was crazy. They had so many fans. Everyone's tailgating. Like I'd never experienced anything like that. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you because, like you just said, you were in your hometown where you were born for 18 years, and then you come to the States. How much of a culture shock? How differently was that for you? Did you get accustomed pretty quickly? How'd that go for you?
I mean, I think I've lived on my own since I was since I was 15, because I played in the academy, so I was on my own there. I kind of like being on my own. It kind of made me grow up quicker. So when I came to the States, I don't think it was a huge shock in that, like, I'm living on my own. It's a new change. I'm used to being independent. But I loved it. Like, I love the States in comparison to England. Like, I love the people here. I love the Florida vibe more. But I just love how open everyone was. And then the weather, obviously, is a massive part too. Like palm trees, the sun, the beach. So I don't think it was that big of a shock. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more. And I think I came from an environment that was like really professional, and you drilled and drilled and drilled, and it kind of takes away the fun of it. Then I come to college, you know, and you get to play for fun, and it was a little bit easier, and then go out and party, and it's just not as serious. So I loved it. Since day one, I loved it.
So we had Charlie Dennis obviously on the podcast. He's a family, literally and figuratively to the podcast.
Family,
So we appreciate you. Hopefully he's listening. He commented right before you got on, but let's backtrack. Obviously, I like to get to know someone personally as we go, and then we kind of have that conversation. It's not our podcast, Enter the Lab. We appreciate you having you being on it, but we like to have just genuine conversations, not question answer. We just like to have a conversation. But talk to us about, because we had him on and he talked about how I love that that interview, because we got to know him personally, and a lot of things that Fort didn't know about him and in the family was his story, his parents, his upbringing. I'm sure you guys have a similar growing up in the game of soccer, but when did you start? Where what's your story like coming to the States? And you could have an open forum to your upcoming to coming from England to the States and involved in soccer.
But since we're talking about Charlie, when we came over to the States, we went and played for a different team each, and then we went to PBA, and we both like reconnected. And it was funny because we went from, me and him were actually living in someone's living room for like over a year. We had our beds side by side, like 1 yard apart for a year. And we were living in a house with like 8 people, and like, it was just brutal. But those experiences are like, I won't ever forget them. Like, it made college so fun. But going back to the start, like when I started playing, is that we're asking, or like my bringing up, or
yeah, whatever you want, whatever your upbringing, how you started, what age, you kind of give us a little background about yourself.
So I started playing football when I was young. I had a good upbringing. I have a sister. My dad and my mom looked after me. And then I actually played hockey for England. I was actually a better hockey player. I loved hockey. But I found out they only paid $20,000 a year, and I was like, fuck that. That's done. so I did that for a while, as well as soccer. I can't believe I call it soccer now too, dude. Fuck. I really am Americanized.
Yeah, that's the first thing, like I do call it. I've been watching soccer, and there is times where I call it football, but it's funny to hear the opposite side call it soccer. That is how you know you are Americanized in a way.
What are your like favorite sports to watch? Like what?
I mean, me and Fort, we like the same. I just got into hockey, so I'm learning the Canadian culture. So I'm kind of like you, where I'm like watching hockey and I'm hearing terms and little things. So I understand where you're coming from with that.
I went and watched Panthers last year, the playoff game, bro. Ice hockey's fucking sick.
Last year was fun.
It's
got
they
that
lost
soccer
in the last
vibe.
like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Wild. Bro, but I think it's one of the best sports I've seen live. It was sick.
Yes.
It was sick.
I agree with that. Hockey is definitely one of the better sports to be there
to watch live, for sure.
And then I think NBA and stuff like that, you don't appreciate it until you go and like watch it live and see like they're absolute athletes. So I love watching American sports too, to be fair. Jesus, I'm just bigging up America, aren't
I? How dare you?
So I stopped playing hockey, carried on playing football, went to the UK and played it there for like a lower league team. So in England, you have like the Premier League all the way down to League Two. That's like 8 different leagues of decent money. But wow, it's like I was 16 years old and I'm getting thrown into the locker room with these men who are like, I don't know if you've met like English wankers. Like, I'm not that bad. There's worse people than me. So like, it made you grow up real quick. I remember I had an awful game with the first team, and he came in at the half time and he started screaming in my face, screaming. And we go back out, and then apparently I didn't do well enough again, so he dragged me off at half time. Not half time. During the game, he dragged me off, and he was like, shake my hand and sit next to me. I just walked straight into the locker room. Oh my God, at the end of the game, he nearly punched me in front of everyone. But I swear, like, those moments stuck with me, and I was like I remember those moments. They made me grow up.
Growing up as a professional, that's
yeah,
what
it was big. It was big. So then some people came in and spoke about the opportunity coming to America, and I thought it was getting an education, free education, and the facilities and stuff, and like just a different experience. So it caught my attention. They sold me a dream, though. They sold me a dream, and I got to Texas, and I was thinking, yo, like the standards really bad. The players aren't great. Like I questioned it a little bit, and then after a month or so, I just loved the people, and it was just fun. But it was stupidly religious, really religious. I remember, yeah, they came in to my room one time and just started searching for beer, and they found a beer can, and they made me write a 12-page paper on not drinking. So it was brutal.
Dang. That's funny. So the talent level when you were in the UK and the leagues that you were playing, and you come over here to America, the talent level it was a lot worse here.
What year was that, by the way? Just to put it in perspective.
What year was that? 2018? 2018, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the level, yeah, there was a big difference in the level, yeah.
So when you're in the locker room where you're like in practice and you're seeing these guys practice and play, and you're looking at yourself, you're like, yo, I'm a lot better than these guys, and I'm gonna do well here. Or what are you thinking in that process? What's going through your head?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. What was going through my head?
You still are young too. Like you're young.
I don't know. My body's broken. I'll tell you that. I don't know what I was thinking. I think that I'd already made the commitment to move over, so it was something I was going to see through. And I knew straight away I was going to transfer to a better school. So I think I was just trying to play as well as I personally could to enable me to go to a better school. That's how I was looking at it.
Yeah, because I'm not buying that. I see your little highlights, and you talk a lot of shit. So
I talk a lot of shit.
Dude, I love it, man. You and Charlie both be talking. So I'm here for that. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
I know. I wish we would have been on the same team. It would have been so banter playing pro on the same team.
Do you guys talk about it? You guys talk about it?
Yeah, we've spoke about it and stuff, and we've tried, but it just, because contracts run at different lengths, it's never like quite worked out at the same time, you know. So it's been tough. But we talk about it a lot. It'd be fucking wild, the amount of shit we'd be talking.
Amazing.
That's funny. I know you were recently with Miami, and now you're with Indy 11.
Yeah.
Were you upset when that happened?
So
I don't know what you can talk about and what you can't talk about with your stuff. So if I ask you something you can't say, just At
the end of it, it was my choice to go to Indy.
Okay.
And it was a better situation in terms of like the players. You know, Miami didn't make playoffs. They didn't make playoffs. Indy made playoffs. They have some real good players. And what I will say is the locker room at Indy is what I'm used to. You know, it's men. Whereas maybe at Miami it was a lot younger.
Okay.
And that was a big factor in it. And it was just nice to go to Indy with a real mature winners mentality locker room. Like, I love those things. I'm not there to lose or like be happy with losing or joking around. I'm there to win soccer games. That's what I'm paid to do. So that's why I went there. And actually I can't say that either yet.
I see that you're born in Manchester, played youth in Southampton. You got your Wikipedia pulled up, you know, just to ask some good questions. But who did you root for growing up, and who do you root for now?
Manchester. Well, you can't change it, eh? You know, you can't change it.
You can't. Yeah, I believe in once you commit at a certain age, if you change it, that speaks a lot about your character. So
1000%.
You got to commit.
I support Manchester United right now, so it's not great.
Not lately.
Great. What about you guys?
I'm a Real Madrid fan. I moved to South Florida 8 years ago from New York City. Didn't know anything about soccer when I moved here. I laid eyes on Ronaldo and Sergio Ramos, and I'm a
Elvis. Elvis has a crush on Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, I named my cat.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a great-looking guy. Not even good. Yeah, I named I got a cat. That same like a year or two later, named my cat Sergio Ramos.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, he is. He's a stud. So I went into it not knowing how the history of Real Madrid. I kind of jumped on a bandwagon that I didn't know I was being a part of, and then they went off to win 3 champions in a row right after I started. So I picked the right time, just like the Panthers. I do jump on bandwagons when it's fit, but I do go into it kind of not knowing. So Manchester United, since I've been watching, they haven't been at that prestige, but before I was watching, I know they have that history, of course, and they'll always come back. Man City, obviously, your rival is killing it lately. Flying.
What do you think of Bellingham?
Man, that kid he's a sensation. And when they got him, I didn't know much about him, you know, playing in the German league, and I didn't really get the vibe, but he was 20 and they talked him up, and he is exactly what you want on Real Madrid, where he loves the moment. He's, after he scores, he does, come watch me, come see me. And I love that. That's what you need in Real Madrid. You need a little bit of that arrogance. And that's what Ronaldo and Sergio Ramos did in their tenure. But man, he is showing up. La Liga had big goals in not La Liga, in El Clasico. He had big goals to win the game.
Yeah, those 2 goals. Yeah, the last minute. Yeah, bro.
That is, man, he is everything. I think he's doing, from what I get a sense of, he's showing up quicker than I think they thought.
I didn't think he was going to be as good as what he's been there, but he's been flying.
Yeah,
he was
man.
good in the World Cup, but like I didn't think he was going to be this good at Madrid, but he's flying.
Yeah, I'm big on him, man. He just to watch. He's young. He's it's funny because Real Madrid, as I know, I'm a Yankees fan, so like we always have that prestige of like signing players, and that's what I got to know about Real Madrid was, you sign the best players, you have the best players, but to have the homegrown players that Real Madrid have now with Vicinius, and
he's quality as well. Yeah,
some of the players that we were able to not get rid of, but sign elsewhere over the last couple of years, and then just to get back into homegrown players and then sign him, it's fun, and I love it.
Is there
who's somebody that? Go ahead.
Were you gonna ask someone you model your game after?
Yeah, I was gonna go.
I thought the question. Who do you support?
Me, I like Barcelona, man.
Oof.
Barcelona's been a little.
You
rough
two
lately,
opposite sides.
I hate Barcelona.
Yeah.
Like I love as much as
Barca,
I love
man.
rooting for a team, I love rooting against a team, and that's what I'm big about. Like
Barca.
I love having a new team like the Panthers, like Real Madrid, but you also have to give me a team I got to root against. That's where I get passionate. Like give me a team that I can root against, and I love rooting against Barcelona. Obviously, me and Messi are neighbors. He moved a mile away from me, so we are technically neighbors.
He destroyed them on us today. He's fucking unreal.
Yeah, good for him. He's going to do so much good for soccer in America, and obviously, as you've gotten to know, soccer in America is like the 4th or 5th sport in North America or in the United States. But man, it's fun to root against Barcelona. But yeah, they'll always be on top of the Liga and all that. But yeah, who do you model your game after? Who did you look up to?
But it's funny. I
love
Sergio Ramos too. I love him.
Love him.
I think he's so good.
A little dirty. A lot of people call him dirty, but as a defender, as you know, you got to be a little dirty.
I think I kind of like his arrogance. I like how he plays. He's clean on the ball. He's a leader. Someone you can count on, and I just love his arrogance too. I love it. I think that's important to have. I mean, being a defender is not very glamorous, Like, you're heading soccer balls, you're tackling, you're clearing goal. Scoring goals is the best, the best feeling. But watching him, how he played, I think without a doubt he was someone that I always wanted to play like. So
I have seen your your intensity on the pitch, as they say.
You got it right here.
I've learned to.
This video is awesome, man. This
is against Charlie's team.
Yeah, it's at the end. You have a slide tackle against Charlie at the end.
I wish he would have been the whole game.
Oh, yeah. You're a big dude. Pause. You're a massive force.
Tremendous hustle from the big man to break it up.
We got to put.
That's Charlie right there, isn't it?
There you go.
No.
He's number 12, right?
Go on. There's a slide tackle. I have white hair in the blue kit. Let's listen to what their manager says after I slide tackle.
What a collision there. Callum Chapman-Page just slammed into him and then had some words.
Go on the blue one. Go on a different one.
Tremendous hustle from the big man to break it up.
Which one is it?
If you're not getting those yellows, you know what I mean? You're not playing hard enough.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
Here we go.
Keep going. Let's keep going. Keep going.
Nope.
Keep going. We're nearly there. This one on the right. The one where
right here?
We're near the blue kit.
Video. And then listen to what their manager says. It's hilarious.
Love it. Go out of bounds on that one.
He's coming.
You deserve that one on that.
Their manager's shouting at his players saying, that's how you fucking do it. To his own team.
No,
nothing's easy.
Yeah,
I love
you are like you say, pretty gritty. Like I was saying, pretty gritty, and I don't watch too much of these league games, but is everyone, all the defenders, mostly like that, or do you say that you're a little bit more You show
I think,
more energy
honestly,
and
I think it comes from like sort of life experiences and stuff. Like I've always had to grind, you know, whereas like some attacking player is more fluid and can score, you know, like defending it's the gritty part of the game, you know. So I've always had to graft and grind and get my way there. So I think what's funny is the team that Charlie's on now, the manager Neil Collins, maybe what's this 8 years ago, I went for pre-season at Tampa. I hadn't signed professional here in the States yet. I went on pre-season there. So one day I was the first day I was training, and then the next day he's like, "Oh yeah, you just stand on the side here," and he gives me a penny, and I'm the linesman. And I was like, "Nah, fuck this, dude." So I left. I went to Miami for pre-season. They signed me, and then like later we beat them twice in the year. I score in the last minute and like run up to him and celebrate in his face. You know, like that's the sort of person I am. But it's just like those moments kind of made me want to push on even more, you know. Like I look at those moments like, nah, fuck this guy. Like I'm gonna prove that I'm well above this level, you know. So I always remember those moments. So that's why I play that way, you know.
I love that as a defender, and like I've never played soccer or hockey, and I relate the two in the defender because I'm getting to know hockey, and I feel like my personality and who I am. Yes, everybody would love, like you said, everybody would love to score the goals and be the highlight of the team, but there's that pride of being a defender, of holding your own, being that gritty guy, being the backbone to the team, and you gotta defend in order to win. Yes, you have to score goals in order. You know, you have to actually score the ball or whatever, the puck in any sport, but also the ones that are defending the best and aren't getting the accolades.
Yeah,
I think
you got to know your role. Yeah, exactly. I think you got to know your role in any team. Like you're trying to score, 100%. If you're trying to just not be a cheerleader, but you're someone on the bench that's going to come on and have an impact. You know, you just got to know. We all can't be
pretty. We all can't be pretty like Charlie Dennis, you know, and have it all. You know, have the hair, have the accent. Some of us got to grind. You know.
Hey, he got a little character now. He had that black eye. He was wearing the mask. And he has a scar now, so he got roughed up.
You give him shit over that
on purpose. A little war wound.
So you did say how you like scoring goals. I got you right here.
Oh, this is the easiest goal ever.
Driving ball skips through and in.
Tapper.
Chapman-Page on the end of that. Snuck through everybody. And we're tied again at 2.
There's zone here.
Low driving ball skips through and in. Chapman-Page on the end of that.
Did you hear about what happened in the final last night? It was a final last night.
For your league?
Yeah, for this league, it was the final. So I went to penalties, right? The first player steps up and he chips it down the middle, tries a Pinnacle, whatever it's called. And the goalie catches it right in his face. They missed the first 2. The other team scored the first 2. And then it flipped and they missed 3. And then they scored 3 and they won. It's crazy. Crazy game.
Dang. Yeah. What do you say? I got this one right here is pretty clean. The save you have. Run it back. I forgot I took it off. I left the screen sharing on.
Whenever the defender gets in the goal and puts it and can see the offense, I love that. I love when a defender could go back and protect his goalkeeper. In the goal. I love that. That is for me the best thing from a defender.
What I like as well with Ramos is the fact like he plays out, you know. A lot of people just kick the ball long. Like anyone can do that, you know. So I kind of pride myself on playing out, or at least trying to play out. So
nice. I love that we have that Sergio Ramos feel. I love that.
Yeah, what would you say is the biggest career highlight you've had so far? Like not maybe that people will see, but to you that you're like, damn, that's the best thing I've done so far on the pitch. You like my vocab? See, I know what I'm talking about.
Pitch, nice.
See, on the pitch.
Oof, that's a good question. I never thought like that.
Come on, man. No, I'm not buying that.
I swear.
There's got to be one moment where you're.
They're so different. they're so different. Like I've won some championships at Miami. I've played against Pato at AC Milan. I've played with someone who's played at Inter Milan. You know, there's like different experiences that I've loved. So ask a question again. Let me hear it.
What's your top? Okay, so if there's you just told me there's a few experiences. Give me. I don't want to say top 3 because we're kind of running out of time, but top
or maybe
2,
something that you want to achieve in the future,
right?
Because you're only
Your
28 years old.
Honestly, I would have loved, one of the big things that I wish I could have just stayed one more year at Miami is to play in the US Open Cup against Messi, or in preseason play against Messi.
Nice.
I played against Higuain, played against Matuidi, like all those players, but I would have loved, you know, like that's an experience you can never.
Are you feeling a different type of way when you're going up against these all-time greats, these international legends, versus just players that are
regular
in your
season
league?
game?
Yeah, I think you
right
I think you want to just prove that you're not at the same level, but
You
trying to
belong.
be near the same level, you know.
Nice.
And then the Messi one, you just respect him enough just to play against him on the field. You know, it would have been amazing.
Yeah, Charlie
So
commenting over here.
I would try.
What are some so the season's over, USL season's over, like you said. When does it pick up again? When does it start?
We have to report back like February or something. So we got some
okay.
good.
So you got a few months off season. No wonder
A few
you
more
were out there
couple
partying
space
in
sessions,
Miami.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. That's what a typical off season looks like for you.
Where do you reside at?
Backwards.
Do you reside here in South Florida?
Yeah. I live that. Yeah, I have a house down here. I love it here. Never leaving.
Nice.
Trump for life.
No, me too.
Trump for life. Let's go, baby.
I'm not leaving it. Hey, my God. I'm not. Hey, it's not a political show, but you know, we talk that talk sometimes.
Hey, he was in Texas for a little bit. He got used to it.
Yeah, you come to South Florida. Sometimes you as you get older, you start to realize like what's cool, what's not cool, and it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
This is who I'm riding with. And Trump was at UFC. He got his own like intro. He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back. Yeah. What you driving nowadays? Last time I saw you, I hung out.
Oh,
with you.
did Charlie tell you to ask this?
No. I promise you, he didn't. No, he didn't. I swear on everything I love, he didn't.
We're gonna have to check back in because I'm about to buy a car. We're gonna have to
Okay. Nice. Congrats. Well,
we'll have to have you back on then.
Before, thank you for hopping on, man. It's all vibes. Always love with you, man. Before you sign out, is there anything that you want to let people know what you got going on, where to follow you? I know Charlie thinks he's some kind of trainer, some kind of coach. He's doing one-on-one sessions with people in Tampa. I don't know what this guy's going on. He stopped playing Fortnite. Now he's doing
just fishing, bro.
sessions.
What he does is fish.
Oh yeah, he does. He texted me today because I told him like, "Yo, I'm gonna get Callum on the pod." He's like, "Yo, I'm
now
about
in the
to go
off season,
fish."
we got to get together on the off season. Now that this is
So-
definitely hang out.
It'll be funny. We should get Charlie on as well. Do a four-way. It'll be banger.
Yeah,
We could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let everyone know where to follow you, what you got going on, and if you have any,
Wow, you really put me on
words
the
of
spot here.
encouragement.
Oh, like-
Hey, look, I'm practicing, bro. This is my practice. This is my film session.
Yeah,
There you go.
I don't even know what to say. What I've got going on. I'm here in Florida in my off season. You'll find me in a Latina bar on the beach. A few margaritas. If you want to come catch me there, you're more than welcome. You know.
Nice.
All right, so he's single in Miami. So that's what I assume from that promotion right there.
I'll let you point
From that promotion.
Callum, man, thank you. First time you hop on, but definitely won't be the last. I'll be down there next week, so if we can all link up, I'll text you.
Perfect.
We'll figure something out to do.
Awesome.
I'll hit you up. Thanks, man.
All right, guys, I appreciate it.
All right, man. No,
Take
I
care.
appreciate you. Take it easy, man. Stay healthy. Nice. It's good to always have someone that comes from another country, has different cultures.
Look at Charlie.
Yeah. Haven't you heard?
Put him on blast.
I
Haven't you heard?
promise Charlie.
He said
I
it.
promise Charlie didn't tell me nothing. That's funny. That's awesome. He's buying a new car. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel when I said on here, and it wasn't even a thing to let other people know or whoever listens in. It was so more myself to have myself on camera and on the record saying that I want to do something with this podcast and I want to have people that are doing something and being productive. And, you know, I feel the way he plays soccer is different than how everyone else plays soccer.
And we didn't even play the intense ones that I've seen, because obviously as a defender, you got to be intense. And there's time where he's talking that shit, making a play.
Yeah.
He's getting into somebody's ass, pause, and he's making sure they know it. So I respect him, and I like how a little shy he was, you know, as far as promoting himself, even though it's like, hey, you know, this is your time to, like, you know, talk to the people, let them know who you are. But I love that. A great character by him, and appreciate him for taking the time out to join us in the lab.
100%. Yeah, I love that. It's funny because I had his number, but I didn't have it. I never saved it. Last time I saw him was in West Palm Beach, and we were texting back and forth, and it was almost a year to the day. It was like December 12th or something that we've been talking about it. So I'm glad that he was able to finally happen, and I wish him nothing but success. And keep playing, brother. Keep grinding up. Keep going.
Yeah, they're young. They're dominating, both of them on different sides of the pitch, as we said. And you know, that soccer league USL is you know, it's building momentum. Soccer in North America is building. We got the World Cup coming here in a few years, and it's good for them. I'm glad that we have that relationship where we get to have them on the pod and interview them or get to know them. So we got to get Charlie off that on again now that we had his you know, his other brother on, basically the one that he went to war with when he moved to the States. We'll have Charlie on hopefully soon in the off season, recap the great season that he had. You know, get selected to like the all. Basically, like the all pro, all team.
Pro,
that's amazing. So before we talked to him, it was him going from
Oakland,
Phoenix.
He was with Oakland.
Oakland team to Tampa. So it's good to maybe recap, and obviously things in his personal life has evolved since getting engaged and stuff. So we'll try to have him on again soon. But and to
he's on. He was watching. So yo, Charlie, what's good, bro?
Appreciate put him on blast right now. Why not? But let's hit some topics to wrap up this episode. Appreciate everybody for viewing, watching. You know, definitely subscribe to the YouTube page as you're watching now if you aren't, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, all that dumb shit. All right, let's hit some topics here. So let's get into the fun stuff of Sam Bankman, fried, going to prison.
He's fucked, dude.
He is fucked, but like, do you think, and this is, and you know, let's not assume people know about it. He's the person that, what did he have? Not the NFTs.
It was a marketplace. It was a whole crypto marketplace. It was
you know more about it than I do.
FTX, and pretty much just scammed everyone from their money. People were going on this marketplace, on this, you know, buying crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. It was also an NFT marketplace, and you could hold your NFTs on FTX.
He also had like a place where everybody just had sex with each other. And if you look at him, he's not somebody that you would look at and go, I want to have sex with that guy. No offense.
Even my beloved Miami Heat, I got their jacket right back here. They fell into it. They named their arena FTX Arena. They were promoting it. They had freaking giveaways promoting FTX. They had their shirts with the FTX
Look out for the
logo,
scammers, man. They're all around.
Kind of shit. So, yeah, he was the founder of FTX, and they had a very limited amount of employees. But
guess what? It's a white collar crime, and you know, in the history in America, white collar crime, you don't serve any time, or if you do, it's very minimal.
He's gonna serve time, bro.
He's gonna serve time, but it's not as much as you would think. It's always crazy that some of these crimes that are, I don't even know what a not white collar crime is, that you serve 5 years, 10 years for doing something that's like non-violent, and then you do a white collar crime, and Usually white collar crimes refers to anything financial, scamming. Usually have a great lawyer to get you off, but you don't usually serve. Yes, you could be sentenced, and then you're gonna get off, and you're gonna be back, and you're gonna have another scam or a new venture that you're gonna try to get people into. So he's going to be okay. He's gonna be okay. After
I really
this,
hope
which is
not.
crazy.
I really hope not, because what he did, and not just scamming people, man. It wasn't just that. They were the second biggest donor to the Democratic Party.
That's
during the
politically, that's
election.
another thing too.
So that in there, it says everything that you need to know and who this person was associated with, and just not good stuff, man. And I was watching Tucker Carlson. He was on with, damn, I'm forgetting his name, but the guy I sent you
Theo
the
Von.
video. No,
Theo
not
Von.
Theo Von.
Sorry.
No, it was Tucker Carlson's show. He had, damn, I'm blanking out right now. But the one I sent you, he said he's a weird guy. He was doing, he was involved with Big Pharma, and
I forget. Yeah, I would have to
he
look
went
back
to
into it.
prison himself because he said some stuff about Hillary Clinton and whatever the case may be. And it was funny because Tucker Carlson brought up Sam Bankman-Fried, and his name is Martin Shkreli. Martin Shkreli.
Oh yeah, yep, with the diabetes drug, and then he
Yeah.
bought the Wu-Tang secret album and
Yeah,
all that. That's
yeah.
another situation
Yeah.
that, see, he's out within a few years. I'm telling you. I told you they serve time, but they're getting good treatment, and then they do it as hey, they'll serve a couple of years in a very good facility, and they'll be out and they'll be
but
cooking up their
the
next
difference is Shkreli didn't really scam anybody, and he made a lot of good points.
He took advantage of the market, and then
Right.
he did a little bit extra, of course.
But that's
America, right? Capitalism.
Yeah, that's what he says. He says he loves capitalism.
That's who
you
doesn't?
kind of have to respect it. But it was Sam Bankman-Fried, man. I mean, just buying mansions in the Bahamas, and he's just a weird guy. And you look at him and you're like, yo, this guy wouldn't do that. He doesn't look like the type of person. But those are the ones
Certified
you gotta,
weirdo.
Watch out for. But
Sure.
yeah, no, I mean, they were saying that some bad stuff could happen to him in prison. They were saying he's got to gangster up. He's got to listen to some rap music.
Come on. Nah, come on, dude. It's so funny because the prison that we think of, we see and we joke about, but it's some of these prisons, you see how, they send them, if you got a good lawyer, you make sure you get put in a better facility, you work the system. And these guys, prison's prison. Let's not get it twisted. I wouldn't last a day.
Prison's not cool.
They don't got Wi-Fi. I can't watch 3 TVs. I can't text people. I don't want to be in prison. I'll be the first to admit it. I would not last.
Martin Shkreli said that Sam Bankman-Fried asked him if there was Wi-Fi in prison. He's like,
I'd be thinking the same thing.
No, dude.
Come on. Another thing is
we'll keep everyone updated on that and see what ends up happening with him.
Ohio voted for legalization of marijuana. Big, in our family, in our household.
Big ups, Ohio.
I go to Ohio often, maybe too often than I would like. And it's good to know that, in times of need, I could get, a supply if I need to, but also Ohio doesn't need more drugs, but they probably need marijuana. So I'll always say, out of all the drugs they do, which Ohio is known for some of the hardest drugs, maybe marijuana is the key to drive that number down a little bit less. So
is that savior, man.
Maybe it is that savior. So it hasn't gone well in Ohio for the last 10, 15 years with drugs. So maybe marijuana will save the state. RIP, what is it? OMEGLE? I've never been on it. What is it?
Omegle?
Yeah, you've been on it.
Omegle.
You look like somebody that's been on it before.
What do you mean by that?
I just can assume that you've had some moments where you dove in deep a little bit. Participated.
Yeah, late nights.
I never have.
Didn't have school, holidays from, didn't have to do whatever the next day. Omegle nights when you got with the homies. It was always cool. Talk some shit
Yeah,
to
you get
random people, roast random people, see some things that you might not want to see on
Random
there
dick,
randomly.
random balls.
See some things that you might want to see, you know, because you probably not gonna see these people ever again.
Maybe
It's fucking
maybe
Russian
when-
roulette on the webcam, bro.
Maybe you went hunting for a couple feet, and then got a nice
Yeah, you know,
ball
the
sack in your
fetish,
face.
the fetish wasn't that
Oh yeah, back in that
evolved.
day, yeah,
Evolved,
yeah.
yeah.
You're right. Feet
As
fetish
it
is
is
a
now,
new thing.
it's yeah.
It's
Well,
evolved.
not,
You're right.
not for the boy, but it's
It's a thing. It's a
saturated
thing.
now.
It's a thing.
The feet market is saturated now, man. Like,
Fee market is big. They're making.
I can't even get like a fucking free trial. You know, like I might, you know, spend a few dollars on some feet pics, but I gotta see what them feet looking like first. I'm not just gonna send you random money and your feet fucking throwing up gang signs.
Yeah,
that's
sure,
messed
that's
up.
true.
I gotta take that shit out for a test drive first. I'm not just gonna
Test drive.
buy
I like
a car,
that. Give me a
buying
little preview.
car,
Let me see a trailer.
You know?
Is what you're saying?
Yeah, let me see some. You can, you know, I gotta make sure you got. If I'm gonna send you money, I gotta make sure you at least got a pedicure.
Listen, they're
Bruh, come on, dog.
nowadays in 2023, feet fetishes are like the least of the weird out there. It used to be like the leader. Like, oh, you got a foot fetish? That's weird. I went on a like not a black hole. You know how you usually go like through a black hole on like on Google or YouTube, on Twitter, and Twitter is like sometimes you get lost. You go down the thread of comments, and all of a sudden this girl comments, and you go to her page, and then you see what she liked recently. I don't know why I clicked that tab, but I do. And then there's like fart things that people are into, poop things, pee things, and it's
people buying farts.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable,
People
brother.
buying
It's
bathwater.
It's uncomfortable, and we're probably 5 years away from that being normal. So, anyway, moving on. Joe Rogan.
Shout out Joe Rogan. Man.
His deal is up with Spotify soon. He signed a lucrative deal, I think, 3 years ago during the pandemic or whatever with Spotify, and there's talks ever since Elon was on his podcast a week or so ago, which I watched. And maybe Joe Rogan could be coming to Twitter. And
he had the first 2 hours on X due to legal and contractual reasons or something.
Yeah, because because he's exclusively on Spotify. He doesn't post the episodes on YouTube either. He only could do clips. But I think Twitter, you know, when Elon bought Twitter, he wanted to make it more, free speech. And it's funny because most people would be like, oh, I hate what that person's saying. I hate what that person's saying. But the reason why free speech is in the American Constitution is because the people that you don't like saying what they're saying, that's why it's in there. You need to hear all sides, whether it's good, bad, evil. It's important because if you start wanting to shut those people up, you got to look at what you are saying. And just because you think it's right doesn't make it, Bible or
church.
Yeah. You have to understand freedom of speech is like, you just need to hear everybody out, right or wrong. And I'm a proponent of it. If I don't like somebody or I like what people are saying or doing, I just don't tune in. I don't tune in. I don't pay attention to it. But people are so obsessed with arguing the other part of it, where it's like, if you don't like what they're saying, don't listen to them. Don't give them clout. Don't give them a listen. Don't give them a follow. And Elon took over Twitter. He made it X. People are still confused of why it's called X and why he did the rebranding of it. And I think that eventually it's going to be a multi-platform, or he said on the podcast or other podcasts, or
he's already integrating AI with it.
Yeah, he's gonna do
GPT.
I think like somebody like Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, if they go to X, they're gonna create another tab on Twitter or X to make it a podcast thing. You go to Twitter not only for what you usually go for it for, but now you could go to it like a Spotify to listen to a podcast. And I think that's where he's creating.
They already integrated phone calls and video calls into Twitter. So I think what he's doing
I like it.
is definitely in the right direction.
Innovative. I mean, he overspent. I think the market said he overspent for it, but if Elon Musk can do it and can innovate, and I trust him in what he's about to do. So
Yeah,
I'm
this
a
guy
big
sends
Elon
fucking
Musk.
people and rockets to space, so I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
can.
I
do
would
just right
trust
with an
him
app.
over the Kim Kardashians of the world and all these other people.
Someone that I'm definitely not trusting, and I hope this person does not get the nomination for the Democratic Party anytime soon, is Gavin Newsom. This guy is just terrible. This is a little longer video. Did you see what they did in
Is
San
he out of
Francisco?
California?
Gavin Newsom, yeah, he's the governor of California.
But I did hear. So I only know him from listening to Rogan, and he's a big advocate.
Rogan hates him.
Really, I thought it. Maybe I have my information mixed up. I thought he likes him.
Maybe a little bit ago, but
I don't know. Okay, I know he
Did you
hates
see-
California and the way it's being run. But
did
you have a video?
Did you see what they did in San Francisco?
I did see it. So go ahead and play it if you have.
So the leader of China visited San Francisco, and this is what they did in San Francisco.
Yes, that's right. The summit is expected to bring in $53 million, filling hotel rooms, bringing big business.
All right, Crystal
and the
Bailey.
city did tidy up for Dreamforce, but this cleanup is much more extensive. While San Francisco is in the spotlight for the Asia Pacific Economic Conference, city leaders are making sure the city shines.
Tourism is our business here in San Francisco, and we need to focus on making sure that the tourist dollars still come back.
Caltrans repaving major roadways like the Harrison Street off-ramp from the I-80. BART doubling down by deep cleaning their stations overnight more often.
The city had gotten a little bit
This guy's
dingy
hat, bro.
over time.
Scrubbing
Dingy?
and power
Swag.
washing is happening
To say the
all
least.
over the city.
Yeah, the bottom of my shoes look clean. Like,
It's noticeable how clear the streets look and how few homeless encampments there are on major thoroughfares.
having been a longtime resident in the Bay Area, you just naturally start to wonder of like houseless folks being displaced.
Public Works is installing decorative crosswalks in North Beach and Chinatown, and the Webster Street pedestrian bridge in Japantown was recently repainted. The Yerba Buena Gardens at the Moscone Center are decked out with new colorful landscaping and murals, paid for by the Clean California grant, just in time for the 20,000 high-profile CEOs and heads of state coming into town next week. Some people say this should be how it's always done.
What about the people who are here year-round, you know, and like local, hardworking, working-class Bay Area folks?
Others welcome the cleanup.
Anything that brings in a positive look on the city of San Francisco is great.
We will continue to do everything we can to maintain cleanliness in our streets.
And city officials are saying that there are no
Never been to
additional
San
funds.
Francisco before, and for years it didn't look very well and worth visiting. But they need to clean up their streets and they need to figure it out. And California and New York are in the same boat, where the cities that made them big and very high, very expensive to live is turning back on them. That's why places like Florida, Texas, obviously Florida, South Florida is being expensive to live. Eventually it'll move up the coast to central and north, will be more expensive. But Texas and Florida is becoming the new California and New York, in my opinion, as far as like what you want to do.
So
Yeah,
this is
they
another thing
barricades.
that they did.
哇！阿侵嗰幅墨西
I don't know what she's saying. So, but
you
yeah,
can be there.
the crazy
Crazy.
thing is they
What are those
they do
barricades
this-
to do? Like, is that to fight off the homeless from moving
So I guess
sidewalk to
moving
sidewalk?
into the sidewalk, maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't
but
know how that prevents people, because it's not like you have to. I guess it makes it a little harder to.
Let me see if
I don't
there's
know.
anything in the comments. in
Yeah,
the
I don't know
replies. But the crazy thing for me is you won't do this year round. And okay, maybe it's a lot more expensive to do it year round, but clearly it's a problem. Clearly it's something that's been happening there for years. This isn't
Yeah.
new. Homeless problems in California, especially in San Francisco, is not a new thing. But they do this to show off how clean and how great their city looks for leaders of other countries. They won't do it for their own people. They won't do it for their own leaders. And not only is it a leader of another country, it's a leader of a communist country. And that's wild to me that you'll show off all this for communist people and communist leaders. And there's definitely a hidden agenda to that. There's definitely things that are going in the back that we don't know about, that a lot of people don't know about, because why what's the whole point of that? And it just kind of sucks. And I hate getting political on the show because
of course
that I don't know
talking
much
about life
about it, but it's just, and it's not like the Communist Party of China doesn't know how San Francisco normally looks. They see it enough.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff like that needs to be talked about, and there should be more programs for people that kind of get in their own way and can't, afford certain things, because California is expensive. And most of that reason is also because of laws and bills and stuff that have been passed and regulated.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, they changed the whole misdemeanor thing from a certain dollar amount to a whole dollar to another level. And that's why you see so much theft happening and people just going in and ransacking fucking businesses. And that's sad, bro. That's sad. And but the thing is, you got people, supposed leaders like AOC on the news saying that it's okay for people to steal because they need to support their families. What for bread? What kind of shit is that, bro? You don't say. You want to say, hey,
you can't say that
stuff
stuff when then you see things on the.
You want to learn a trade. You want to work hard. That's how you provide bread for your family. You're not going out and stealing some fucking iPhones, dog.
Yeah, it's you can't say stuff like that, and then you see the viral videos of people stealing out of an Amazon truck and go to a jewelry store, and it's a lot. And I want to, tiptoe the line of it, but we got to do better. Let's get into, I'm going to try my laptop in a second. So UFC recap from Saturday night. What was that? Was that a pay-per-view? So that was what?
Pay-per-view, yes, sir. 295.
Recap that real quick. Obviously, you had a live with Day Quads. Your brother, great live.
Day Quads.
Stay tuned to always. They do lives for the major pay-per-views and informative, great talk. You could interact with them, but recap that real quick for a couple of minutes before we wrap up and talk sports.
Yeah, I'm just really gonna do the main card because it was 295. It was a banger of a card. It was originally supposed to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. We talked about it on the live, a legendary fight. A fight for ages of ages for the heavyweight belt, but John Jones did end up getting injured while he was training, so they had to switch it up, and they made the co-main, which was Yuri Prohaska and Alex Pereira. They moved that up to the main event, and Sergey Pavlovich was already the backup for the John Jones and Stipe Miocic fight, so he went in and fought Tom Aspinall because Miocic was like, hey, I don't want to fight neither of these guys. Hey, respect to him. I wouldn't want to fight either of them. So Tom Aspinall stepped in, and then, I mean, the main card got off to a banger. Diego Lopez, Pat Sabatini. Diego Lopez quick knockout in the first round. Only took about a minute and a half. So he got performance of the night there. Then you had Matt Favola versus Benoit Saint Denis. That was quick too. Another minute and a half. So first two fights less than 5 minutes. Awesome. Mackenzie Dern, Jessica Andrade, Battle of the Divorce. It's funny because Joe Rogan, even when he was interviewing Jessica Andrade, he's like, hopefully you get performance of the night so you can pay off some of the divorce fees. I was a little disappointed with Mackenzie Dern, man. She's missed weight a few times. She's kind of just like been living her life, which is cool. You could do that, but I mean, to go in and fight Jessica Andrade, who's a former champ, she's a legend in her own right, but to get knocked out like she did, it was a little disappointing. I was expecting more, especially with Andrade kind of dropping down a little bit, and a little bit of a decline. She had lost 3 fights in a row. Tom Aspinall, Sergey Pavlovich, man, I knew this fight was going to be quick. You got 2 of the hardest hitting guys in the world, not just the UFC, but in the world. These guys just have hammers on their fists, and Tom Aspinall just he said he was going to pull out a few 2 weeks before the fight because he said he pulled his back. He hurt his back pretty bad, but he didn't know if he was going to fight up until fight night. He ate those punches from Pavlovich, and he might be the only guy that can do that. Came back and knocked him out, just folded him really. So that was cool to see. England's got a champ. It's interim. It's interim because we have to see what happens next when John Jones is healthy. Main event, man, Yuri Prohaska, Alex Pereira. Round 2. This fight was just, I mean, I've been anticipating this fight for a long time since it was announced. Yuri was a champ. He beat Glover with 30 seconds left in the 5th round to get the belt from Glover. Glover goes and is now training Alex Pereira. So Pereira had moved up to light heavyweight. He won. He beat Jan Blachowicz, who beat Izzy. So this guy's still chasing Izzy, still trying to one-up Izzy. He called out Izzy after he won. Pereira knocked out Yuri in something that he's been training for years, is 1-2. And this guy he was literally just made to fight. Stare you down, fight, and knock you out. This guy has one of the meanest walkouts with his arrow and his face paint before at the weigh-ins. And then
we had a controversy where I FaceTimed you and I said they called it a little early, right?
Well, I thought so too a little bit, but then you watch it, and as Pereira is just hammering elbows onto Yuri's head, you kind of see Yuri's hands just go limp and he falls down, but then he kind of gets back up as soon as he hits the mat and realizes what situation he's in. He kind of wakes up, and even Yuri himself went out and said that he respects Mark Goddard for that decision, and he was out. So you get it from the guy himself. Looking at it live, I was a few drinks in, so I could see why I would say there was early stoppage, but refs aren't there to call a fight when the fighter's already out. They got to protect the fighters. That's their main job, protect the fighters, because fighters pay them. They pay the refs. So they want these guys healthy, of course, at the end of the day, as healthy as possible. So I'm with it now, rewatching it. Yuri just came back from a nasty shoulder injury, so I think he'll be back. But like always, it always delivers.
All right.
Good stuff from UFC, man.
We did get from Blue on, like I just put up. Can we get a quick Q&A at the end? Hey, Q&A. If you want to ask questions, Blue,
send some questions in.
Feel free.
You have anything that you want to bring up? I do have a video that I want to share.
Go ahead.
And I thought this was it's pretty funny, but at the same time, it's sad because this is the society that we're living in today. And I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, I did see this today.
No smoke, no smoke. King! Yeah!
Lower it a little bit on your end as far as volume. Yeah, it's not good. Kids, guns, fake guns over there. Fake guns, money. It's not the way you want to celebrate somebody's birthday and have kids involved. Like, why are we forcing our kids to act like they're teenagers when they're 5? I could say a lot about this.
That's a grown man activity. You have fake bottles of champagne.
Why?
You have
they're at a Chuck E. Cheese, I think, or something like
dollars. That. You know, this is not something that you want to be instilling into a kid in that age, because at that age
sets all of us back. Sets all of us back.
Sets everyone back.
It's not good. You can't complain about certain things and then do shit like that and expect you to get your way or for society to look at you different. Like I said, yes, it has to do about race, but also it's not good. It's not good. I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah. Yo, Blue, what questions you got, man? We're almost an hour and a half in. Let us know, brother.
Do you have one thing? This can't be real. Yeah, it is real, Blue.
It is real, man.
Sad to say. Do you have that one thing about James Harden video of the reporter or the guy? Because they made the video. So obviously, since James Harden came from Philly to LA, they're 0-4. They lost against the Knicks, the Nets, lost the last 2 games, and he's quoted to say, "I don't need a system. I am the system." And then this reporter or this commentator serves bars, and it's the hold on before you play it. The beat of it is Ether Nas, and this man so articulates exactly why James Harden shouldn't be on your team. Go ahead, play it.
Ask the producer to pipe this into the Clippers locker room so I can talk to you, James. I hope you're taking notes. I'm telling you in advance, you're welcome
amazing.
For the wisdom I'm about to spew. Because listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you. You wanted a certain coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni. You want to play a certain style, they played it. You wanted Dwight Howard, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. You wanted Chris Paul, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. They brought in your old friend Russell Westbrook. You want to go to Vegas on off days? They looked away. You wanted the team to stay over so you could go out at night. They changed the schedule, and it didn't work. And you know what? You said, I'm going to break up with my whoopee. Not good enough. I see the bright lights in New York. I want to go there. My old pal, Kevin Durant. It's going to work. The big 3. And all after 1 year, you wanted out. You realized, oh my gosh, I took this guy for granted, the guy that believed in me. I went back with Daryl Morey. They traded Ben Simmons for you. How did they pull that off? And you know what? You went there, and you got a partner who got the MVP. He won the MVP. And what did you say afterwards? You said, they didn't hand me the reins. You're the point guard. You're holding the reins. And what did you do when you had the reins? You scored 9 points in Game 7 against Boston. You blew a 3-2 series lead. So they fired their coach. Not good enough. You broke up with the guy who believed in you again. You said, the bright lights of LA, that's where I want to go. Let's see if that works. Listen, James, have you ever had those friends who had bad roommates? Over and over, they complained about their bad roommates. This guy's terrible. The bad roommate here. They never thought to be self-aware enough that they're the bad roommate. They're the problem. Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team. And there's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard, you're not the system, you're the problem.
Woo!
That's the producer.
You got a nickname for James Harden, the problem.
And that's Devin Harris sitting next to him, who knows a thing or two about winning.
All-time New Jersey net. Let's go.
Winning championships. So,
dude, I love that. Wrong. I love that. That's exactly what we all think as a Brooklyn Net fan. It's so good to hear something like that just spew out. Like timeline, this is what you've done. How do you gain respect? And that's the modern athlete. Like they think they can demand out. They think they can do all this and not get criticized. And then when the media criticizes them, they say, oh, that's you guys are haters and all this, and I just want to play. James Harden is a cancer, and I hate using that word because cancer is a real life thing, but in the sense of basketball and sports, he is something that you don't want on your team. And the LA Clippers are 0-4 since they got him, maybe 0-5 after yesterday, whatever, I don't know, but they haven't won a game. And Paul George and Kawhi has yet to sit out a game, so that's going to happen eventually. And the Clippers, like the Nets, sold their soul, and this is what they're going to get. So I love that when I seen that. That was awesome.
I don't understand why he keeps going back to players he's already played with that it didn't work out. He went back with KD. Clearly, there was already some kind of whatever going on between those two. What's good, your favorite nerd? I'll say hi. I'm not sure who you are, so let me know who you are. But James Harden, he, like you said, I also hate using that word cancer because cancer is not cool. Cancer is not a good thing. But
yeah,
he's a retractor. He's a retractor. He's
a virus. He's a leech.
He's a detractor on your team. And when Chris Broussard said that he was retarded, I don't blame him for that at all.
It's a great word to use. Sorry, it really it's not a great word to use.
Yeah, you shouldn't call someone that, but you can talk about a situation being
that is retarded. Yeah,
and I think James Harden just has other things that he's more focused on in life, like going to the strip club and hanging out with Lil Baby and all that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't expect basketball to be your 9 to 5 if you're doing that. Like you got a lot of money, bro. If you want to go do that. That's fine. No one's gonna look at you any kind of different way. They might actually praise you for it because you are not playing like you should be playing. You were a great player one time, but when the lights are brightest, you are at your worst. And I mean, yeah, what he said is spot on. You can't go to all these places, and at some point, dude, you got to realize, hey, you're the problem. There's a common denominator for everything.
Yeah,
everywhere
and those people won't. And that
when he doesn't play, look at the Sixers already. Look at the Sixers already.
They're playing top flight.
Maxey just dropped 50, and
Maxey's
a
hooper.
You do have Embiid, who was the MVP.
Tobias Harris playing better
now.
That's
your team. That's your team. You got to figure something out at some time. And now you go back to the locker room to when he's on the Clippers. Now you go to that locker room, and when he arrived, and you see just the face of Terrence Mann, you see the interaction he had with Russell Westbrook, who he played with, who he started his career with, and that just looked forced. That didn't look genuine. That didn't look like, hey, like, oh, I'm glad to be hooping with you again. I'm glad to be back with you. And I know Kawhi don't like that shit because Kawhi doesn't fuck with any of that shit.
He don't want no distraction. He just wants to hoop.
He just wants to hoop. Exactly. So you bring that kind of energy in there, that kind of guy that just always just takes away, doesn't really add too much.
Exactly.
And he's a shell of himself, man. He really is. He doesn't have the same burst he had. He had a game that suited him for like 2-3 years, and then the league figured it out.
Yep.
Players figured it out on defense, and the league made certain rule changes to where it doesn't work as well as it did.
It doesn't.
And that also doesn't help him at all. So
yeah, no. The league has updated to James Harden as far as foul calls, flopping, and getting in the lane and getting that foul call because he used to shoot 10 to 15 free throws a game, and that's no more. The older you get, he's not a shooter, so he's not shooting a great percentage. He's just scorer. Scorers over time don't
he gets
age
his
well.
shot. He gets his shot based off how he's scoring and driving to the cup, which he can't do much anymore.
In other ways, Anthony Edwards is a beast on the Timberwolves. They're off to a great start. They are currently the Minnesota 7-2. Yeah, Anthony Edwards is hooping right now. In overall number one pick a few years back, and man, he's
out of
putting
where?
Numbers.
Out of where? Where you come from?
Georgia.
Yeah, that's right. Our boy Evan wants to know if you smoked a cigar lately.
No, I did not. I haven't smoked a cigar in like I think a month or so.
No cigar for the wedding anniversary?
No, I should. I'll spark one up soon. Let's wrap this up.
Two. Blue wants to know what's your race? 5K,
my race?
Marathon, half marathon, or are you talking like?
Yeah, what do you? 5Ks. Race is not white. I'll say that. I was about to say Mavericks. Yeah. So, wrapping it up for me. What was on the lab yesterday? I watched American Psycho. Great fucking movie. I think it's underrated. The way it's shot, the acting in it, the actors in it, phenomenal. I haven't watched it in a few years, and I watched it last night while celebrating the anniversary.
I love the business card scene.
Yeah, the business cards, how manic. He's a schizo, and it's crazy how like it takes you the whole movie to realize like none of it really happened or like it's all in his head. Great movie.
Yeah.
I did watch Old Dads on Netflix with Bill Burr.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
It's funny. It's basically I listen to his podcast every week. He does it every Monday and Thursday. it's basically all of his like comedy in a movie form. So like a lot of things he complains about and like rants about is in the movie form, and it's pretty funny. So go check that out, Old Dads. That's it for me on my end.
Nice. What did I watch yesterday? Because I had a lot of free time. So I watched Megan, that doll movie.
Yeah, I think I watched a little bit of
watched
it.
the unrated
a lot
version.
better than I thought it was based on the trailers
same
and
here.
the commercials.
Same here. It looked like it was gonna be a little corny, but I enjoyed it. I watched it. I think we're definitely moving into that kind of time where kids are gonna have that toy, and it's gonna be really reasonably accessible.
Yeah, like an AI Chucky.
Yeah, there's some videos that I received today about some AI stuff, which I'll share next week because they're a little bit longer and we're kind of running out of time now. And that AI stuff is going to be relevant for a while. But I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and man, I'm fucking hooked.
Great show. It's coming back for another season. Can't wait.
Hilarious, man. Is it?
Larry David is my spirit animal. I love him.
Dude,
I love everything he complains about.
Man.
He is what I will be when I'm old and complaining about life. I love him.
My favorite episode is far. I'm only into season 2, but my favorite episode is, as of right now, is when his wife Cheryl asked him to go get her prescription because she's got like some dermatology stuff where she's like itching or whatever. And then he goes and hangs out with Richard Lewis, and they run into Richard Lewis's dermatologist, and Larry David made some joke about affirmative action, and he gets the dermatologist all mad. He goes back to the house. Goes back and meets up with his wife at the restaurant. Forgot to fill this prescription, so she's already upset. They go to the fucking guy that's seating people at the restaurant, try to tell him it's an hour to get a seat. He makes some joke and hands him a $20 bill, seats him right away. But then supposedly it wasn't the $20 bill. It was her fucking prescription. Gets thrown in the garbage. They're trying to find it. He calls Richard Lewis, bro. And the funniest thing is he goes back, finally got her prescription filled, goes back to the pharmacy, and he reaches in his pocket and he got the $20 bill. And he goes to bribe the pharmacist. And the pharmacist flips out on it. He's like, you can't bribe a pharmacist, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to remember your face, this, and that. He ends up going back home, doesn't have his wife's prescription, and it just ends there as he's walking up the stairs.
Love it.
Just
Curb.
What a day, bro.
Classic show.
Show's great.
Shout outs. I have no shout outs. Obviously, I did my personal shout outs throughout the episode. Of course, thank you for our guests. Definitely lock into that interview. It was a great vibe, and we'll have more interviews as as we grow, as we become better. But any shout outs on your end or anything to say?
One that I thought about right now, shout out my girl Ashley Marie, another fucking Bikini Beach cleanup, did her thing. She's doing a lot for the community, man. It's awesome, not just with what she does as her job, but she takes time out of her life and gets people together to clean up the beach and do something positive for the community and the ecosystem. And that's awesome. Not a lot of people can say that they're doing something like that. Not a lot of people can say that they're doing a positive impact, not just for themselves, but for the city and the community and
100%.
She's doing. So that's cool. They do it every now and then. So if you want to participate, she's got the page. They got the bikini. I think it's the Bikini Beach Cleanup or just Bikini Beach Cleanup. But I'm sure you can just search on Instagram Bikini Beach Cleanup and it's gonna pop up. So go do something good for your community, man. A lot of y'all people taking advantage of your resources and not giving back.
Yeah, protect the place that you live in. I love Pompano Beach. I love I could do better, and I want to do better every single time that there's an opportunity. I got to get out there and do it. But beach cleanup is good. I'm telling you, protect the environment, protect the turtles, protect the fish. We didn't get into football this episode, which is fine.
The Bills fucking suck.
The Dolphins were on a bye. The Giants season's over.
Monday,
There's no reason to talk football. But we appreciate everybody. When did this stream end, Blue? In about 15 seconds. Appreciate everybody for listening. Definitely subscribe if you have commented. If you watch, subscribe to us. Let's get we're almost at 200 subscribers. go to Apple Podcasts. We have a stream. We will put a timeline, timestamps on each episode, so you could skip ahead to the interviews or whatever we talk about. For me, Elvis Escobar. For him, Fort Sama, episode 102.
Josh Allen got 2 picks.
Enter the lab, exit the lab. Peace.
The Dolphins put up 70 on the Broncos.